Hi everybody and welcome to our review of Denzel Curry's brand new mixtape 1-3 Lud 1N plus 1-3 Lud OUT MIXX, which I think is supposed to be blood in, blood out, but we'll go with 1-3 Lud.
The 1-3 is a B, Holden.
You're seeing that. I'm seeing 13 Lud 1 N.
Anyway, so Taboo was TA1313.
It's just what it is, man.
Okay.
And then so this is our album review for the intro. For Denzel Curry's project, Blood In, Blood Out Mix. This is the Headspace podcast, the show where we break down the new albums track by track, giving our thoughts and opinions on every single song. My name is Holden, Stephan, Roy.
My name is Chris Chrome.
And today we'll be talking about Denzel Curry's new project, 1-3 Lud. Anyway, you get it. It's not funny anymore. So this is our show, and we'll run through our thoughts and opinions. But the truth is we care a lot about your comments, and we look forward to seeing what y'all have to say. And if you make an effort to leave a comment, I'll make an effort to answer you. And before we get into it, we'd like to shout out our favorite comment from last week, but we're flipping it up this week. We're doing something a little different. It's still our favorite comment, but what happened was we reviewed two projects last week. First from Jay Robinson, and as you can see here, he tweeted out some love of our review and shared it with his peoples, which was really remarkable. We also talked about Lil Darky's album, and as you can see here, Lil Darky did the exact same thing, and it was just so cool to have both the people we talked about last week like that share our projects. We also talked about Company Flow, but LP and Big Just did not share our our album review, which is fine.
That LP?
That's LP. That's fine. Maybe when we talk about Run the Jewels 4, he'll share that review. Anyhow, so we look forward to getting into this. And before we do, special thanks in advance to the patrons: is Milk and Dempsey, Chris Powder, Jonathan Barnes, DJ Black, Hurricane, Linda Williams, Coney, Sparks, and Scribble. They're dope. Shout them out while you're still watching because they help keep us alive. On that note, it's time to get into it. Mr. Christopher, what project are we talking about today?
So for this week's Headspace bonus review, we went with Denzel Curry's new mixtape mix, Blood In, Blood Out Mix.
I like 13 Lud 1. Anyway.
All right, we're done.
So this is the part of the show where we like to contextualize our familiarity with the artist so that y'all know how big of a fans or whatever it is as we go into it, because if y'all been longtime Denzel Curry fans, you might feel a way about this project. If this is your first Denzel Curry experience, you might feel a completely different way about the project. So in all fairness to that, we like to just share that with you. For myself, I did a review for his Zoo project personally, and I have heard a couple bangers here and there. Like everybody remembers when the "I am the one that song there.
I am the one. No way.
Basically
Time don't
became
need
like the meme fucking thing for that like gangster shit, like Thug Life for a second or whatever.
For like the year.
And then like so that was a song that popped out. But really what stuck out to me was when he did the Rage Against the Machine cover and fucking stole the show, and that was really dope. I come to really respect the guy as like an artist, like one of those versatile, like creates art projects and rolls with it type dudes. But I can't say I've listened to his back catalog, so it's like Zoo and this project plus a couple songs here and there. What about you, Chris?
I discovered Denzel Curry back on ULT, short for Ultimate. I don't even think that's the album that has the song Ultimate on it. It has the song ULT on it, and it's a great. Oh no, it's the Imperial album. That's what it is. It's the Imperial. His Imperial album was where I discovered him, and everything on that was just really great. And I fell in love with Denzel Curry just because of his like screaming nature and just the way that he flows with the triplets and the way that he just kind of jumps around, and he's really just out there and so wild. And I've always just appreciated his like creativity and everything that he can do. And then I also listened to Taboo, that album, so that was really great for me. I liked Clout Cobain, I liked Black Balloons, I liked there was a Sumo, that was a dope song as well. I'm always interested in more Denzel Curry. I don't really go out and like, oh, what's the new track? What's this? What's that? But like when I know there's a new Denzel Curry surfing, I'm like, okay, I gotta check this album. I gotta play it. Like I really, really like Denzel Curry. I'm like super biased.
Fair enough. As far as this project goes, it was kind of just dropped out of nowhere, almost like on YouTube only. Um, the title's fine, blood in, blood out, kind of implies it's almost like gang, but not like in the street kind of way, but more in the idea of a group of people who are aligning together and like almost like blood brothers. I picture almost that a little bit,
Right.
and just kind of like, I don't know, like community or whatever. I don't know. That's what the title gives me when I picture it. Like, this is gonna be like me going in with my boys, we just killing it. We're going balls to the walls on that. And then you look at that cover, which is a red moon, which is interesting because red moons mean like weird bullshit. I don't really know what it means, but I believe it's weird bullshit.
Blood moons are a thing that I've heard
Yeah.
of, and like it's got this. It keeps up with his like horror-esque and his creativity. The thing I wanna mention though, and I think people in the comments or the longtime listeners who follow Denzel Curry might know this. From what I understand, this is a Zeltron project. Now, on YouTube, when you go to the blood in, blood out mix, Denzel Curry has posted a track list of all the songs. But next to all the songs, it says Zeltron. And Zeltron is, from what I understand, it's kind of like an alter ego that he's made, a different personality or whatnot, that explores more of his fantasy, creative nature and just kind of going out there and having a great old time. A lot of the Denzel Curry music that I've listened to has a lot of like in the hood, dealing with like, you know, depression, confusion, I guess substance abuse, the grind and all this stuff. But when it comes to Zeltron, it feels more fantasy, more comic booky, more cartoony, and it has that type of esque. So I think that this is a Zeltron project, even though it is Denzel Curry who did it. I think I think the character is supposed to be Zeltron, but that's just me.
Fair enough. I had no idea he had characters. Anyhow, this track starts off with an intro. So this definitely feels like a mixtape in the sense that each of the tracks just like blend seamlessly into the next one with no like distinct cuts. And honestly, as much as we're going to go through this project track by track, etc., it's basically just one track, honestly, and you should just listen to it, in my opinion, regardless of what we say here, like as a one-off. Like, you just run through like the whole album.
It's not long. It's what, like
12, 13 minutes or something like that. So like, it's totally, you can do it. I don't know, like, I don't know how else you would listen to it. Like, I'm a guess at this point on YouTube, people have cut up the album and put all the individual tracks, but they just have such abrupt starts and ends when you listen to them like that. And I don't think it gives it the full justice of what the project's supposed to sound like. Either way, this is just like the first minute and 20 or so seconds, and this is the only thing I really time-stamped. And it goes through, and that's a blood in, blood out. It just says that, and then there's some kind of like jarbled voicing underneath the beat. You can't really make out, I couldn't make out what was being said, as like this instrumental just kind of layers in, and it's spacey and it's sci-fi feeling. I got picture spaceships and shit ready to do battle lasers.
I heard do what I gotta do to come through. Kind of like looping in the background, which was really, really interesting because it sounds like there's this determination, this type of like never giving up the fight. And I don't know, man, like when I think of a blood moon, I think of werewolves and like, you know, beasts and shit like that.
It kind of has that feel to it.
Like, it does have that dark feel to it, which is really, really cool because like it's so subtle. Like, I had to listen to it and it's so subtle, and it's like, do what I gotta do to get through, do what I gotta do to come through. And it's like you can feel this like buildup of energy and rage just kind of coming through the intro of the track. It was crazy.
I mean, I think what it really effectively does is it takes you from listening to whatever else you were listening to, and it just really serves as like a musical overture of sorts to be like that palate cleanser to life and bring you into the universe and the energy that you're supposed to be into when you listen to this project. And I like that. I think it does its job really well. It's so well made. It's super engaging. I don't know if it was Denzel who made this or if it's one of his contributors, like beat makers or whatever, who did it. I'm not sure, but I think it's incredible. It's a strong introduction, and I give it a 4.75.
So just to answer that, according to the Genius, I guess, song breakdown, it says that this is not the first time Zell has made an instrumental introductory track for one of his projects.
That doesn't mean he produced it.
I mean,
it's just somebody on Genius saying that he started the album with
Fair
an
enough.
instrumental.
I gave this a 4 on 5.
It does. Genius does say he's the songwriter, but I don't know. Either way, I don't like to make assumptions like that. But the truth is, the subject, or at least the title of the next song, does have HIV. Let's talk about Charlie Sheen. Let's say I was at a concert and I had like a 15, somebody had a 15-minute set. And they came out and they played that intro and they were all like, whatever. And it was going to pop off. And then it popped off like this. I knew that whatever this guy said was going to be magical, man. You feel the mosh pit around you, even if you're not in the room. You feel the energy. Space Ghost Perp and FNZ killed this fucking beat.
Space Ghost Perp is dope.
It's just so fire. It's just like you can't even help it. Like, da-da-da-da-da-da. You're just like banging out. You're ready to go. Like energy level a la fucking max.
Did you see his Denzel Curry's wrestling tournament with Flatbush Zombies?
No.
Okay, well, they made like a wrestling tournament competition concert where like Denzel plays his songs and then Flatbush has to play their songs, and whoever roots for whoever won the round or whatever it is was really actually cool. You should see it. But the moment Denzel kind of kicks into this like verse, I just picture him in that ring with Flatbush just like losing his mind and hair shaking, and it was just crazy. Just crazy.
Fair enough. I don't know, man. It kicks hard. I mean, and it just like starts, right? It starts with him rapping, the beat shift. It just is abrupt adjustment, but it's seamless in the sense that it just makes sense.
Right.
And it's like, I'm gonna go crazy for a whole year because of people too solid, like Metal Gear.
Hey.
Because, Solid Snake, Metal Gear Solid.
Hey.
Got no friends and I got no peers, but a person got fam and they all right here. Now I like that. That's a good way to put it. So he doesn't have peers because people aren't his equal. He's not colleagues. He doesn't have friends because fuck friends and you're on the grind. It's hard to have friends. He has fam. His family. And I'm like, oh, that's a good juxtaposition to my normal criticism of people being like, I'm all by myself. Nah, he got his fam and they all right here.
Which is cool because I've seen Denzel Curry repeatedly like speak about like loyalty within his clique and loyalty within like being together with his squad and like Raider clan and all of that stuff, wanting to like, it was you either with us or you against us, and his mentality on that is really just so solid. Like, he doesn't take shit. Like, you either roll in or you're not.
Fair. I just thought it was a great verse. I mean, it was mostly the energy of his delivery that really caught it up. Now, he does have verses where I feel like I have a lot more to say, but I feel like this is just him flossing in a sense. He's dope. He's got this energy. He's ready to come in and hit it. I like when he goes, most of you people be wearing makeup. Used to get numb, now it's time to wake up. Because that implies where it's like everyone's kind of fake. And, when you hear they used to get numb, and it kind of sounds like he used to get real high, avoid his problems. But now, it's time to wake up and face like the reality of the world. So I'm totally cool with people who do drugs and shit, as long as in some part of the story there's like an acknowledgement of like the consequence of it. Like if you do drugs to escape reality, it's not the same thing as if you do drugs to like enhance reality. Like they're just different experiences with it. So to hear that kind of a mature line pop through, I thought it was real fucking dope. Anyway, otherwise it was good. I don't have anything more to say about that verse. The hook though, poof, the hook is nice, man.
I do like the chorus. It does. I like how he played off with the 2.5 Men Charlie Sheen thing. But
I just like the flow is mean because in my genes, like I was born this way. I just had to rap. Well, you're not a king because he's a king because you're born to be a king. You just it's not in your genes to do it. That's a smart diss.
I'll
send you the guillotine, which was the king used in France to chop off the head, motherfucker. And you people green, which you can almost picture him being sick now, weak, noobish. And he doesn't make a scene as he chops off your head, and then he does, boy, you half a man. I should have called you Charlie Sheen. I don't know if Charlie Sheen's half a man, but he does have HIV, so fair enough.
2.5 Men.
I get that, but the half a man was the kid on the show. because there were two men, Charlie Sheen and then other loser guy, until Ashton Kutcher and then other loser guy, and the half man was that kid.
I know, but it's like,
I get the weak bar. It's not a great bar. It's basically like saying, oh, Charlie Sheen was on a show called 2.5 Men.
I mean, but Charlie Sheen was like the main, like...
He wasn't the half man. He was one of the two. So, like, I'm saying, if it's because he's got AIDS, okay, that's a diss. But if it's just because you said, oh, Charlie Sheen was on 2.5 Men, then it's not that good. It depends. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing it. But it is what it is. Then Ghostemane, who I don't know that I know, but I'm pretty sure I've heard him a couple times by now. He sounds dope. He's got this cool pitch to his voice and the way he raps, and I'm just like, yo, I like his energy on this beat. I like when he goes, kicking it with Heaven's Gate, call me Young Mason, kidnapping a bitch to get ransom. And I'm like, wait a second, did he just reference a fucking cult and like fucking Charles Manson and a little bit of supremacy like that? Make her commit a murder, no blood on my hands? I'm like, that's smart, because that's basically what Charles Manson did. Got a bunch of girls and shit together, and then they proceeded to kill Sharon, I think it was Sharon Tate, whoever they killed. It was basically on his command, keeping his hands clean. He was just a ringleader. Woof, that's some bullshit. Anyway, he's biting the tip of my Beretta, spitting no filler with Curry the killer.
Hold on, the way that he goes, make her commit a murder, no blood on my hands, I'm biting on the tip of my Beretta, spitting no filler. The way he switches from this like to this like high-pitched melodic tone was really crazy.
It was very cool. And then he goes, I'm catching no feelings, 2018. I'm like, wait a second, when did this verse get recorded? I'm gonna go with 2018. And then it like sat in the bank for a couple of years. Still, we could call this verse dated, but I like it anyway, and it's still freaking good. And then Denzel Curry's chorus kicks in, and honestly, I like this. I give it a 4.5. It's a great jam.
I gave it a 4.5 as well. I like the energy. I also like seeing Ghostemane. I catch Ghostemane sometimes with a lot of the Suicide Boy features, because they're like cult, like not cult, but like they're friends with each other and they've like made music together and all this stuff. Also, I listen to like Puya and the other one.
These are all people who make stuff that I've never heard, and let's move on, and I guess we can discuss the Evil Twin. You feel like the energy is basically the same, but you can feel the song shift as, I don't even know how to say, Zeltron?
Yeah,
Zeltron. Because the X's and Genius are E's, because fuck that. Zeltron.
Well, they're E's and they're O's.
Right, the vowels are replaced. Anyway, that's how you knew it was Zeltron, why didn't you? Because you heard Zeltron.
No, I've known Zeltron like back in the day. He first came out on Zeltron 6 billion.
Zeltron and ZillaKami, bitch, we back on again. So what I'm hearing in this depth of these bars, and it's flying the way they deliver it, real camaraderie, is that these two fine gentlemen are back on it again. Perfect. Chilling with his dog, that be my evil twin. Respect. Evil twins. Honestly, there's Evil Twins by Eminem, garbage. Yep. There's Evil Twin by Denzel Curry versus ZillaKami, and I'm sitting there being like, Zeltron, ZillaKami, bitch, you're back on it again. I know I'm doing it wrong, but I'm actually doing it wrong on purpose, so I can't get dinged on copyright.
All right.
That be my evil twin. You know. But and then it's like, it just vibes, man. All a person got is fam, because I don't got a friend. Again, I like that re-emphasis on, and then it ties into blood in, blood out. Like, these are my blood brothers, these are my actual families and shits, you know? This ain't no silence of the lamb, you ain't wearing my skin. So, like, I only got my peeps, you can't get up on this shit. But I like the use of, like, the imagery of, like, how in Silence of the Lamb, he, like, takes the skins and makes, like, the skin suit and shit. But so I mean, it's like, you can't fake it like that and just wear a skin like ours. You can't be just fam, it's just not how it works.
But you can't also just be black.
That's
like the way I kind of like, just because we came off the Mike Jenkins album. I
mean, I didn't get race on it. I mean, I guess maybe, but I don't know. But then I kind of just took this one as this track in general as more of like a global nihilistic look at society.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So verse 1. Shrouded in the gases from, and this is ZillaKami.
Yeah, but like just before we get to verse 1, you have that like kind of twist on it. I'll never stand tall, will never be God. Back in hell with the dogs singing war songs. So it almost feels like that, right? So on the one hand, he's only got his blood brothers, his family, his people, his friends, whatever. On the other hand, we'll never be good people. We're in hell with the dogs. It's fucking dark. It's awful. War songs. Fight. Let's get ready to go. It could be the hood, but it could also just be like the way they live life on Earth or whatever. You know, I felt it was more generalized.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I looked into like some of the things, especially with the Genius annotations and stuff, and I kind of looked into their friendship, and I think it's a little bit more personal in terms of the way they use the word dog, and the way that anyway, whatever. They're making a reference and they're just being out there, but
apparently, dog is their fan base.
Yeah.
War dogs. So it sounds like it's their squad, and they go to war with everybody. I'm just saying, I don't see the race part of this personally.
No, absolutely.
Shrouded in the gases of war, came to admit we lost, drowning with a president who really should have took a loss. So I really like that because it kind of shows the current state of like the world, but also directly commentating on Donald Trump and his feelings on that in a way where, you know, he felt he should have took a loss, but to use that like language of hip hop, to almost, I like the way he did that. Like he was political but true to himself at the same time.
I like how he says, I frown at society, hope atom bombs just take us all. I frown at society, hope atom bombs just take us all.
No, I mean, that's a fantastic, because after that is when Denzel Curry takes over, because the first part, ZillaKami. And I really like how he does that. I frown at society, because like I look down on this shit. It's fucking bad what's happening here. And then there's that common, especially young person point of view, or fuck it all, we should all die because humanity's a scourge. That's stupid. Atom bombs shouldn't take us all. It's a valid feeling, but anybody that really thinks human beings should fucking kill themselves and die off the planet, I mean, I don't want to make a stupid comment, but I'm certain there are options. Like, I don't know, it's such a dumb idea, and then those people will continue to live, right, complaining about how people should die. But I also understand the idea of the futility of trying to make change in this society when it just ends up feeling like if we all died, at least maybe something new could come from that, although it's still stupid to me. However, it's fair, and from an art point of view, I like it. I was more commenting on idiots that I've dealt with in the past. I actually really like the poetry and what he did here. Then there's access to oblivion. Yeah, you're a billion, a power up, and make the affiliate. I make 6 billion. That's cool because the affiliate thing. It's like he says it like the filament, like basically like the light thing, but it could be like affiliate, like affiliates and making money like that. A militant feeling the cold, killing my enemy as a result. It fucking comes in hard, right?
Which is cool. We made a shout out to his previous song in 2015 that announced Zeltron.
Which one?
Well, access to oblivion. Yeah, you're a billion. I power up, make the affiliate. I make 6 billion. Zeltron was introduced
What's
on
the
his
song?
Zeltron 6 billion.
That was the answer to the question.
Yeah.
And then I like how he just the verse kicks in and then it just like stops. It's a little interlude. And it's like, you a bitch, your mama a bitch, your mom's a... I'm like, this is fucking funny.
But I like the way that it flows with it, though. Like, it does stop, the beat stops, everything, but, like, Denzel Curry's flow doesn't stop. It's kind of like they just muted the instrumental and they let him... Like, that's part of his verse, technically, but they just muted the instrumental and go.
I don't agree. It's a complete shift. It's like a standalone take. You're right that it fits. I completely agree with you on that. But I would say it feels more like a bridge between the verse and the chorus than like a continuation from my perception of it.
Fair enough.
Because it's just like a blunt, and he like the voice changes, but it's cool. Like you're right in that it does all feel nice. And then the chorus kicks back in, just fucking fire. And there's another verse. I like when he goes like dog, pocket full of cream, call it Haagen-Dazs. Because that's funny, because you got a lot of money. And Haagen-Dazs is expensive ice cream. If you've ever dated a girl that likes peanut butter, fudge, fucking Haagen-Dazs, you will find out how expensive Haagen-Dazs is. You look at the 2-liter container, and you look at the teensy tiny Haagen-Dazs container. And yes, Haagen-Dazs is a higher quality value, and I know that. But like, there's 4 times the amount of ice cream, and there's still peanut butter in that one, because they have peanut butter in all sorts of ice creams now. These are just the real life struggles of being a good boyfriend. And then, but the Haagen-Dazs is like $1 off. Like, it's still extortion. It's still extortion. Anyway, with this sauce, I can make an atheist go, oh my gosh, which is funny because they don't say oh my god because they're atheists. They don't believe in God.
Right.
What's funny though about that term is gosh means God, but in slang of yesteryear. Yep, lactose. You went making bread, so now you lack toast. That's actually funny.
Yep.
Because you're not like Haagen-Dazs. You're lacking all shit. It's really clever. It's like fake milk, and you ain't making bread. Now you lack toast, which is just
money.
Pretty clear what that means.
Yeah.
Brag boast. Most people say I'm an asshole. I never said that about you, Denzel. You seem legit. Casual, everything around me, but Chris want the clout now. I'm kidding. I was just saying his name. But yeah, so like I like how he's kind of like calling out people who are just trying to like coach, like ride his coattails or like call it names at him. But they're really like, it does happen so often that people will take shots at like famous people for clout chasing purposes. I mean, you could definitely successfully argue that this entire channel's success is the fact that other people create art and then we talk about it, which could come off as clout chasing. I don't think it's clout chasing.
I don't know. I will argue that I don't think it's clout chasing. I think that we do, if you're going to put art out there.
You could argue it's clout chasing. You could also argue there's value in what we do. I'm going to say I'm chasing clout by reviewing Denzel Curry and the host thing, because that's what it is. There's an argument that clout's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. You can call me an asshole if you want. I'm a fucking grind. But the truth is, every move you make in life is about developing your own personal clout. What they mean by clout in this case is cheap shit. But the choice of clout chasing, it's fucking dumb. Eminem still chases clout. Why aren't we calling him he rented the Empire State Building last year with the fucking Statue of Liberty. No, the Statue of Liberty to do a live music performance.
It was the Empire State Building.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, to go do Venom. Shitty ass Venom song.
For
like, and he went live.
But it was for like one of the night shows or whatever. It wasn't
so,
even for like
talk about clout chasing. Video. Yet nobody called him a clout chaser. This is just my pet peeve. He's right.
But how? Okay.
But what he's trying to claim.
No.
But what he's trying to claim is people trying to make money and clout off his name. Fine.
But how is Eminem buying the Empire State Building clout chasing? Like, how is that? Why?
What else are you trying to do with it? What is clout, Chris?
I mean, I don't know.
What is clout? You talking?
No, but like I'm asking. Clout is just getting attention,
influence, or power, especially in politics or business. All of hip hop's a clout chaser based on that definition.
I mean, right? But I'm saying like in terms, okay, because I understand.
The other definition is a heavy blow with a hand or a hard object. So if you box somebody out, you clout it. You clout on the ear. But really, clout is wanting power in business and politics, and one could argue hip-hop is a very political thing in the context of what Denzel Curry is describing through social politics. The entire album is Denzel Curry gaining clout. Now, the question is how you gain clout is what we should be talking about, not that people gain clout. Because it's the stupidest shit I ever heard that anybody puts their fucking face, name, anything out on the fucking internet and doesn't hope to get more clout out of the situation. Every single human that I know, to some degree or another, is trying to gain clout. If you look at what the fucking word means, not how people misappropriate the fucking word because they look at it like bad. Like what sellouts are bad? Nah, every single person's trying to make some money off their art and shit. Nobody just does shit for the sake of it. Everybody's selfish like that. I don't care what anybody says. You don't have to agree with me. It's totally fine. But what he's trying to convey is they're just trying to get clout off his name, is what I took from that. You say you a dipshit, still a person, no, air you out now, air a person out, hit him with the click, clack, pow. So you talk your shit, you get clipped, whatever. Then it cuts it off again. He's like, person, use a bitch, a white tee is a, and then it cuts him off into the next track. I really like this jam. I thought it was just as good as the last one. I have a 4.5.
I jumped this at a 4. I thought it was okay.
Anyhow, thanks for listening to my speech about clouts, and welcome to the future. This song's placement is like fucking perfect. It has this kind of wavier, like you've been really vibing hard the last two songs, like the last two are like moshy, and now you can like calm down. And like when you're doing an intense cardio workout video game, they always give you that rest period in the middle, like recoup for a second before you kick it back into full gear.
Right.
And I feel like that's what this track is doing. This is where your honey's supposed to grind her booty on your penis, and you enjoy the vibes of that for a minute before you jump out again later on, you know? But I love how it transitioned from his insult to that, welcome to the future, this is not what you used to. And I'm like, that's just smooth. It's just fucking pretty. The beat kicks in real nice. Good job, Marcello. And then when he goes, it's the final level where you might fight Koopa. I'm like, oh shit, man. Because that is the final level when you fight Bowser and it's the big Koopa. And you got to get in like that. And I thought that was cool. And then he goes, boss up. I'm like, no shit, because Koopa is the boss, so he's bossing up. It's dorky, and I love it. I'm going to make it far fucking toss up. I'm going to make a living out the world that I thought of. And I just love it, man. It's like my brain power and the imagination of what I bring to the table will allow me to have the success and the perseverance to be the man I need to be. I just respect it. He's like, he's ready to fucking take what he's got to take on. Like life is a game, and he's fucking there. He's ready to beat the final boss and like take what's his. And then, you know, how do you feel though before I talk about all?
I like it. I like the shift that we've gotten because it really just shows the diversity that Denzel can do. Now, I'm very surprised at how like he can go from auto-tuney rock to like flip it up to modern kind, because this sounds like a modern trappy to me a little bit, like just club bangy whatnot, but it's nice. And I do agree it has that refreshing period for it, but I like how he just kind of starts off the first verse just so like kind of grimy a little bit. Imagine this ratchet shit that I spit, I be Lazarus cause we back in this bitch. Hey,
how's that grimy?
Well, just like the way, not what he's saying, how he's saying it.
Okay.
The way he's presenting it.
I like how because Lazarus comes back from the dead when Jesus saves him.
Right.
Resurrect boy.
I'm a vet, no pet.
And it's his career he's resurrecting, I suppose, or he's coming back.
Well, again, yeah, that's where I kind of have to think of it as not Denzel Curry, but as Zeltron, like as the cartoon character.
Fine, and Zeltron. We're talking about this. He's back, like Zeltron.
Right.
Being resurrected.
Stay in the back, all
he's
black.
He's not a pet.
Silhouette. No, he's not a pet. But I just like how this is just got that more gangsterisk feel to it.
What if she's really hot though, and she wants to put a collar and a leash on, and she says you can fuck all of her friends, but you have to be a pet at home. So you can fuck whoever you want for the rest of your life, no consequences. You smash whoever. She'll fuck you day in, day out. But you're her pet.
No.
When you're at home.
No.
Just curious. You let us know in the comments.
I'm not, no.
You're okay.
I'm not walking around
Sorry.
Fucking.
Okay.
I'll do it.
Model friend. No. That's not the deal. Shit, her model friend's coming through all day. That's fine. You don't have to do it.
I don't want her model friends looking at me like I'm some animal. Nah, bro. I want her model friends to idolize me.
That's cool. What if you get a record deal at the situation?
Bro, I don't know. I wouldn't be signing a record deal. Yeah, we get to sleep, fucking do everything. I'll sign you a record label, but you have to. That's like literally what she wants to do is put a chain around my neck if I sign the record label. She's just like.
No, she wanted to put a chain around her neck because she wants to get her pussy off on that.
I mean.
That's my
right.
I'm creating this scenario.
Okay.
I know all the rules because I made up the scenario.
I feel like she's some like power tripping woman who's just like
because she wants to beat you with a whip and show off to her friends before you all have orgies.
You can beat me with a whip and everything after. You don't have to chain my neck.
Anyway, that's what I pictured. So they stay in all black, stay in the back all black, no silhouette, whatever represent, whatever Mystic said. It was, I don't know, man. I didn't like get a whole lot from that. I loved the vibe. I just thought it was really good. I thought it was cool. Like fucking 9 had to grind to the bedtime's cool. I worked all day, put in that effort, and then as the result, welcome to the future. Here where we are now. It's in a different sphere of existence. One where a bunch of women are gangbanging Chris while whipping him with like stuff, and it's totally fine and it's totally respectable. I don't know why people are mad at Chris for this. Actually. actions that he's taking in his life. Bitch, and then Xavier Wulf comes in. I'll be honest, I don't remember, like, when I didn't realize it was a feature. It could have just been two Denzel Curry verses. So it's no disrespect. It's actually a compliment that he sounds that good next to him. But he doesn't necessarily stand out next to him.
Because this was just, this felt more of just like a gangsterish.
I'm telling you, I didn't feel a difference to me.
Right.
I just felt, I mean, you felt a difference, clearly.
Well, no, I didn't feel no difference. So Denzel's verse kind of just felt more like reminiscent of what he used to do and kind of stuff like that. And then, but kind of bringing it back for like the future. And this is what we've been through. And now look at where we're at now. Xavier kind of just felt like, don't fuck with me, bitch. I'm all in black from the very back. Where the fuck he at? I hope I hop up and then I handle that. See how I attack, bitch. I'm sick of whack.
But it's also actually the same formula. So Denzel Curry kind of goes, I'm here now. This is me now. And then reminiscing. In the same way that Xavier Wulf starts out, I'm here now, we do this. And then I remember when dinner was a bowl of Apple Jacks. Was opposition, but no one that killed and came back.
Right.
So it's actually kind of the same. In my little opinion. However, I knew that I'm in a privileged fucking place in life. Like, really privileged. When I said, damn, Apple Jacks for dinner sounds so good. Like, that sounds like fun. And then I said, shit, that is privilege. When the shit this guy's complaining about from all we could afford was, it's something I'm like, can I go get a box of Apple Jacks? I might get a box of Apple Jacks after this. Bonnie would be so happy with me. Anyway, I really like this track. I like the verse. I like the feel on it. But I really like the fact that in light of the circumstances, it was really the effort they put in allowed them to get to this point of being in the future where shit's a little bit better. It's also one of the more full-length tracks on this project, like one of the only ones they're going to get. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'm giving this a 4.6. I thought it was slightly better than the 4.5s. Like, it's a really good track to me.
I gave it a 4.6 as well. I really, really liked it.
I also really want Apple Jacks, but I'm also really fucking hungry. I had a smoothie and I realized I haven't eaten much since then, and it's been hours now. Anyway, next track on the project is the False Gods freestyle. Hold on. I went to Amazon.ca in between these two tracks. And I went and Googled Amazon to Apple Jacks, right? Because I wanted to see if we had Apple Jacks on Amazon. And this shit was 20 Canadian dollars for a box of apple cinnamon Apple Jacks. I'm like, wait, what? And it's being sold by Apple Jacks, like the company, or else it's fake, I don't know. But it's $20 and the box has Spanish on it. And I'm like, that's weird. Who would pay $20 for Apple Jacks? And then I realized people who smoke marijuana. There are people who buy the expensive weed from the government weed store. Not that all weed there is expensive. I mean, the same people that would spend $45 for a 3.5 are the same people that would order $20 boxes of Apple Jacks to satisfy a craving. Then it all made sense. And maybe there's a market in shipping weird food products across Amazon. It's probably complicated with regulations, but there you go. Thoughts from my noggin. What do you think about the freestyle?
That's pretty whack, dude.
$20 for Cheerios?
I mean, I'm not finding Apple Jacks at Walmart.ca because I'm just going to look at Walmart.
Anyway, but what about the song?
Cereal's like fucking $4 a box.
No, it's like 6 or 7. But this was just marked up to 20 for rarity.
Lucky Charms fruit cereal is $4. Anyway, I like the freestyle. I don't actually have much to say because I like how it's presented. I like
how it's slowed down lean style.
Right.
Not saying he's on lean. I'm saying the delivery.
But I'm not actually, like, this didn't, I don't know, this didn't really make me feel like I cared so much. I don't know, it was... I
thought it was a cool transition to the last vibe. So we have this aggressive, harsh vibe, then we have this middle vibe where something's almost like kicking in, and now it's like something's kicked in and the blood in, blood out tag comes back, almost like starting another phase. And then we look at the lyrics. I'm seeing illusions, looking at time, it's barely moving, let me unblind all the confusion stuck in my mind, letting me break up and watch it divide. So now we've gone from this whole like situation where it's other people people and complicated
Right.
and da da da. And now I just feel like he got a little fucked up maybe, or maybe he's sober, I don't really know. And he's sitting there and he's lost in his mind and he's trying to like work out some complications. And this is like this introspective, like time is slowed down, anxiety attack almost happening inside of his world. I thought it was so fucking cool. You know, as I see another part of me that's hard to find, see the other side is calling me God in me, split personality, split my reality, life is a bitch that I fuck bestiality. So like, I like the fact that he's saying that, well, first of all, that he's acknowledging that bitch means female dog in this context, but also that life's complicated. You don't often hear people say bestiality in a correct context. Anyway, but I like the split of inside of him, the good and the bad, the complications and shit that he's facing. Like, he's expressing his emotional turmoil in a really honest and to me, cool way. I can pull out Excalibur, call up the cavalry. I can change the way that people think by using alchemy. Homie, I'm a god. You're going to tell me that it's blasphemy. I'm just telling people that I'm more than a human being. So what he's then pointing out is that after all of this, he's kind of like resulting in that his confidence, his strength is a thing, makes him superhuman in a sense, as opposed to other people when they hear words like I'm a god might perceive it as blasphemy, because it's like in Catholicism and Christian viewpoints, to blaspheme is to like put down the name of God or to put things equal to the name of God that don't belong. But it's also within the context, it's an understanding of believing in oneself if you really do follow a certain line of thinking. Every day spits fresh, call it Listerine, because Listerine makes your breath fresh. He doesn't care about your jewelry. Me neither. Couldn't care less. To me, if you buy a lot of money on jewelry, you're a fool. Daily never dealing with the coonery. I'm not sure if coonery's on the safe list or not. Fuck it. I'm quoting the track because it's a specific term. He's not interested in dancing for the sake of having, you know, a bunch of white folk profit off of his image per se, which I kind of respect. Feeling like the end is coming soon for me. Everybody dies. Everybody lives in a nightmare. To stare at the motherfucking light, and then, you know, in a nightmare I stare at a new inside. So I feel like he's, after this deeper introspection, kind of like he's going to stand firm, but it's this chaotic, harsh existence that he's in. And I just thought it was cool. Like, it just came off the dome, and just this emotionally charged little minute or so of this maybe it's more than a minute, but over the kind of beat where, again, it feels kind of wavy in a slow way. Everything about it sounded right and proper to me, and I really was enthused by it. So guess what? I gave it pretty much the consistent grade of this album for the most part. It got a 4.5 on 5 for me.
I made a mistake. I actually like this song. But it's only because, and the reason why is because well, it's like, it's not that it's bad. I didn't give it a bad mark. I gave it a 4.3. I like this song more, but I was also just kind of checking my notes, and it's the next track, which we'll get to. But I like the part from as I see another part of me that's hard of me, see the other side calling me God, split personalities, all the way up until fresh Listerine. That whole section there is just kind of really just speaks volumes, just the way he's presenting it and the way I just feel like it embodies the track more than anything else he said, me personally. But it does, for me, what this song did is it really showed me his progression from when I first met Denzel Curry to where he is now. From listening to the Zoo project to this project, from listening to Imperial to Nen. This is what this song kind of gave to me, just his flaunting of his flossing of his skills and being able to kind of just go the way he went on this was just nice. So, 4.3.
Very cool. The next track has the stupid X crap.
And a 6.
I don't know what the vowels are. Push 6. Fuck that shit. It's PXS H6XD shit. Something. I'm sorry. I'm 32. I'm getting old, okay? I don't know how to say that right. I mean, this one is a little less good to me in terms of just sound. It's we kind of going off on the spacey vibe, and we're like leaning more in that direction, and I guess away from where we started the project. But if we look at like the whole album, like it's a trip. Like, you know, you start off and it's super intense and it's crazy and you turned up, and then you get introspective and wavy, then you get lost in your mind, and now you're ready to fuck. You know, it's kind of like doing some stuff.
I don't know. I'm
talking about the album as a vibe.
Oh, the album as a vibe.
You see what I'm saying? Like, now we're at the part where, you know, the pills kicked in and everything's tingly and she's ready to go. There wasn't a lot. I like his rhythm and the flow and the way he delivers the lines a lot in this track, but I couldn't care less about most of the lyrics. My favorite one is Glad Bag Mad Thicker, because the glad bags are thicker, but he's talking about his dick. Gag, 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 picker, and he's making her choke on his dick. If she ever won a 69, she had cancer. And I learned that the cancer symbol looks like a 69ing. And I thought that was clever.
I found it. It's Posh God.
Oh.
Posh God shit.
Okay.
If you look up PXS,
I believe you. You found it. You got it.
Currently on Twitter.
That's fair.
Posh God.
That's cool. So
I may be wrong, so if any of you could let me know, I may be wrong. But like, this is the closest I found.
It totally does. Fair enough. If she only with you for the money, she a scammer. That's fair. That is a scammer move. She can be a freaky bitch and put it on a camera. She could do that. Wave the pussy around like a motherfucking banner. I'm like, this is fine.
This makes sense because the Posh God typically has a song called Tropic Blue, which is a jazz-favored broken beat from MC Pinty. So
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Well, because the song actually kind of feels a little bit more slowed down and not as like really hyper. It has, I felt like it had some jazzier feel to it myself. But that is that.
I like when he goes, New Zeltron on the way, got your bae coming over, underlay, but I never let her stay unless she into anime, where it's like he's really staying true to himself, and it's like, even if the girl cool, she gotta also like connect at a more intellectual level, or at least shared hobbies and shit. Anyway,
or it could be,
I gave it a 4.35. You can keep digging on the internet if you want. I'm cool.
I gave this song a 4, but it seems to be a whole like type of brand and style and whatnot, because I found some dude on Twitter named Philip.
Okay, it's fine.
Whatever. But like, he wrote, "Why does the new Supreme teaser look like Posh God art?" So Posh God seems to be the Twitter handle who is owning it, and it has like a specific type of art style to it.
Okay. That's nice. I mean, not that I don't care. That's cool. Yep. It's a shout out to some shit I don't know about.
That's it. I gave this song a 4 and 5. We can go to Notepad.
Because he's off the dome on this one.
Oh, DC Sniper kill shot. Ha ha ha.
I have a question. On Genius, somebody says this interpolates the race by TK. How does it interpolate the race by TK? Like, I listened to the race by TK after, and I'm not seeing like where the rhythm or lyrics interpolates it. He does have one line where he goes, "It's not about a race, TK." Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe he's literally doing like a part of the track that's exactly like it, but I really couldn't figure it out. Then I found out Slim Jesus did a cover of the race by TK, and it's freaking terrible. But I guess if you like Slim Jesus, that's cool. On the other hand, I felt the chorus, if anything, interpolated Gucci Gang. Because when I heard that, I'm like, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang. Digging it, and that just kind of like popped into my head a little bit more. Like, Notepad. But not maybe Gucci Gang, but like one of those kinds of like flows is what I pictured a little bit more.
I mean, I understand the TK bar now.
Why?
Because the song The Race by TK is about the race of outrunning the cops because they're breaking into homes and stuff like that, and they're being like delinquents and stuff. So, and if we look at Denzel, it's not about the race, TK. Why the devil gonna hate? Leave a homie chalked outline trace, so okay. And chalked outline trace, you got killed, you got shot.
But I don't understand how it's an interpolation. It's just a fucking regular pun.
But it's I guess the person who wrote it said it's an interpolation, but it's not.
I was just calling out that person.
Oh, okay, my bad.
And then asking, is there an interpolation here that I'm not getting? And then when I hear Notepad, move around, say like a nomad. I don't know. I can't figure out what song. Maybe it's not Gucci Game, but it's like one of those songs where it's like da 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 da. Like it's one of those guys, like Lil Pumps or one of those fuckers that has like a track like that. I can't picture it right now. But that's what I hear. It's that like vibe. But I liked it. What did you think about this track?
It was okay. I enjoyed the bumpiness to it, the boppiness with it. And I thought it was cool, but I felt like it was just him kind of flexing that he doesn't need a pen and a pad. no pen, no pad, move around the city like a nomad, getting to the point like a gnome had to leave the place where I'm known at. Like, I just kind of feel like he's acknowledging that he has to move around and be active and just keep kind of going out.
That's not the same thing as it's just about a no pen and no pad. That's about two different things.
Well,
So maybe the greater, what it's about is him flexing on how he is, you know, like he's
also
kinda,
his come up too. Like,
that's
even,
what he's presenting is how he is.
right, because the first line of the verse
Can we before we get there?
Yep.
Gotta be on point like a gnome hat is a terribly weird bar. I don't know if it's actually bad, but like somehow he said gnome hat and made it sound kind of hard, and that's fucking weird.
Oh, it rhymes with nomad.
Nomad is somebody who moves around, and I get that it rhymes, and I get that gnome hats are pointy. It's just a whack line to me, but that's cool. That's my thoughts. You don't have to agree. I like when he's like, broke people ask where the dough at, old people ask where the hoes at, go these nuts, people hold that, no pen. You know, like I feel like there's an energy to it where he's like seeing all these different types of people, old horny ass motherfuckers, and he's linking them up with some ladies, broke people trying to get his money.
But I feel like that's now though, like now that he's got that access, yeah.
But that's what he's saying, man. And then when he goes no pen, no pad, I feel like it's bigger than just I freestyle everything, because yes, I know he does it. I feel like it's I don't keep records. I'm on the sly. I'm on the, you know, I move around. I don't have like a set location. It's like I'm G about the way I'm living. And then yes, the verse kicks in.
So I like how he goes from the dirt, got it up out the mud. Bitch, I'm a balling like Elmer Fudd. You took a L minute that you took a L.
I don't get that line. How does Elmer Fudd ball? Do I not know this? Is he a ball? I don't understand the line. What does it mean? Does it make sense to you, Chris?
Hold on.
Yeah, I know you're reading the Genius Annotation. I read it and I still don't know what the fuck it means. It doesn't. The Genius Annotations don't help. Like 50% of the Genius Annotations are absolute waste of times to read. They don't actually say what's actually going on in the bars. They're just everyone. You can just go make Genius Annotations. It's that freaking easy. But
I mean, unless you really want to like think about it, Elmer Fudd's gun isn't a bullet; it's a ball. Like the gun shoots out ball pellets, not bullets.
That's what bullets were like back in the day.
Right. So the fact that Elmer Fudd has a shotgun with ball pellets, I'm gonna ball like Elmer Fudd. You took a L minute that you took a dub. Minute that you took a dub. Say you my bro, homie. We was never blood. So it kind of looks like he's kind of. I'd be in the show. Like
I think you're guessing on the Elmer Fudd part. And
I mean, I'm probably just as close, because there's nothing else. I'm sorry.
I wasn't close. I said I don't get the bar. To me, it doesn't make sense, and so I wasn't even guessing. To me, it just seemed random. It rhymes, but I don't get it. And then the Genius Annotation is really dumb, and it's just like Elmer Fudd.
Or bawling, like he can't, like crying, like it's a play on word of bawling because he can't shoot rabbit. Like I'm balling like Elmer Fudd because
maybe.
Like okay, I tried, dude. I'm
no,
sorry.
that was better than your other guess. That at least made sense. Anyway, I don't think this is the conversation if Denzel Curry watches this review he was expecting anybody to have. Anyway, I'd be the
care, Denzel.
I'd be the shit like in a diaper, like a diaper. I'm like, okay.
Stay in the cut like I'm Scyther.
That's a cool line.
Pokemon bar.
I like Pokemon.
Curry the killer, the homie. I kill anybody when I'm in a cipher, which, to be fair, he did pop off on that double XL cipher.
That's great.
That was crazy when he did it.
Anybody?
Huh?
So that means we put him next to K Dot in a cipher, and what happens?
Yeah, let's go.
I would love to see that.
Let's go. K Dot and Denzel.
And then he goes, these people call a person DC Sniper. I don't want to be you either. Fair enough.
I just caught on is from Suicide Squad. DC Suicide Squad. Dude's a sniper. Kill shot or whatever his name is. Deadshot.
These people say I'm the future Mekhi Phifer. I'm like, really? Like a callback to 8 Mile. See, that time Genius was helpful because Mekhi Phifer's character is named Future. I'm like, okay, I wouldn't have got that. Anyway, the rest of this is fine. I don't have a lot more to comment. It's not true. I got the buzz and beyond of my flow go to infinity. Okay, respect to Toy Story bar. That's cool. Most of you people's is lost. Might as well call you virginity. That's not as good of a line because it kind of works, but it doesn't work.
Well, you lose your virginity.
Yeah, but then it... So what? Like, that's a good thing to lose your virginity. That's why I don't get the bar. I mean, I kind of get the bar, but I'm overthinking the bar. Fuck a rap name, because I guess it connects to virginity.
I mean, anyway, whatever.
Fuck a rap chain. Fuck the whole game. Impregnate. I'm like, okay. Abort my kids upon her face. I'm like, okay, you're moving into... Oh, abort my kids upon her face. Fuck a new bitch. I think that's the interpolation part. I think that might be a TK buyer. Okay. It's not about you. It's about God. It's not about the race TK. Fair enough. I'll accept the interpolation. Anyway, that's all I gotta really say about that. I gave this one a 4.35 as well. It's pretty good. Not my favorite.
I gave this a 4.2.
Anyway, once upon a time, I pretended to watch Dragon Ball Z so I could fit in high school. Let's talk about Gogeta. Sometimes, and it's very, very rare, and it's usually to tell Bonnie I'm kind of geeky. I like to take my hands together like this and go, Kamehameha. Because I watched some Dragon Ball Z's and shit. Actually, I watched season 1. I saw like Frieza and that whole saga came through. And then what happened to me, at least, is I realized Dragon Ball Z is a slow fucking show. Like a lot of talking. Like entire episodes of debating plans and nothing.
Yeah, but then there's like 4 episodes of pure fighting.
No. Half an episode of pure fighting with like a couple episodes of filler. Kind of some fighting to like an episode of fighting at the end.
I mean...
You're right. Dragon Ball down the line. We're talking the very beginning
I watched
of Dragon...
Frieza. I had Cell. I watched when the dude bought a jetpack and
there's
everything.
lots of talking.
There is a lot of talking, but I also am
Lots of
playing.
it.
I'm also playing Xenoverse 2 right now. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2.
It's not the same thing as the show.
It is.
Like exactly as the watching the anime.
I'm basically going back in time and recorrecting everything that's supposed to be properly done in the show.
What I'm trying to say is that's engaged and you're an active participant in the game, correct? It's not the same as watching the show.
A lot of talking.
The talking in a game is different. I'm saying that show to me was not my favorite. Dragon Ball, the original, where they finally get all the Dragon Balls and the little guy goes magic underwear or whatever.
Yeah.
That was really dope. Dragon Ball Z is what I was talking about, because Gogeta, if I'm not mistaken, is when Vegeta and Goku fused together to go extra Super Saiyan, because they just kept going extra super
but I don't
duper
even
extra
think that's
Saiyan.
like Dragon Ball Z.
I googled it and Vegeta is in Dragon Ball Z. He's not in Dragon Ball. Vegeta is like the enemy guy, no?
No, Vegeta is Goku's brother.
What?
Yes, Vegeta is Goku's brother. That's why Vegeta calls Goku Kakarot. They're like related in some form.
But in the beginning, isn't he like the bad guy that fights him?
He's the quote unquote bad guy, sort of.
When does he come into it? He's not in it until Dragon Ball Z, you know? In like the TV shows. I'm pretty sure he's like whatever. Yeah, his movie debut is in Dragon Ball Z. And then I don't know. Either way, that's not the point. I'm not trying to flex like I know a lot about Dragon Ball Z. I really do not. Gohan's Rage is the first thing, and it's in the 5th episode of Dragon Ball Z. Okay, we've established. Unless I'm wrong, and somebody in the comments is probably thinking this is the stupidest fucking conversation ever. My whole point was Dragon Ball Z is the core theme of this, and that's fine. Chris, tell us about the song.
I thought it was hype. It kind of really just felt very fluffy to me, and the only reason why I said that was because I'm biased to AKTHESAVIOR because I like everything he says and how he says things, but his verses are generally just, we the best, we smoke, this is some tricky shit. He doesn't really say anything that's really like, oh my god, so profound, but like I do like all his verses on the Beast Coast, and I do listen to Underachievers for AKTHESAVIOR, so I'm pretty biased to this song because I really, really like it, but there isn't anything new to me here in terms of the project we've gotten. Verse 1, Denzel Curry, gotta kill it for my homies dying off, gotta feel it till a homie get it off, feeling like The Rock, a homie walking tall, you could be the ball, but you would never ball. Okay, kill again, peel it out, tie it off, Pokemon bitch, I know I'm to evolve. All right, that's a decent Pokemon line. Run the game, bitch, I don't ever jog. Okay, make a check, like a homie been to Prague. Alright, cool. Like, everything is rhyming properly. I'm just kind of like, there wasn't much new here. It's just really, really hype. I like how he interpolates the spirit bomb thing for from Dragon Ball and all that. That was really cool. But I also know it's not the first time he's done something like that. It's not the first time he's like taken all his like these different type of Super Saiyan things. I know in many interviews he like kind of screams and they'll put like the Super Saiyan flame around him and like edits and stuff. So he's like, it's like a really big part of who Denzel Curry is a lot of his cartoons that he keeps bringing to life with these. And then the chorus, I got heaters, yeah. Now my neck Gogeta, yeah.
Best chorus.
I mean, sure, Derek Jeter, yeah.
Nah, I'm in the pre-chorus part, sorry. Because
Right.
that part's amazing. And it just sounds like almost the whole time, like, fire in my palm, Kamehameha. It's just fucking nice.
Yeah, he really does it well. He does.
Great energy.
And then, you know, it just kind of flows through. And honestly, again, like I said, AKTHESAVIOR didn't say anything really spectacular, but I like everything
What
he
are you
says.
talking about?
Really?
She's sucking my Dragon Balls until I'm Z'd out.
That's not
Yeah.
a good Dragon Ball bar.
That's a great bar.
That's not a good Dragon Ball bar.
Got every wish that you need, yeah. Puffing that Piccolo weed.
That's not a good Dragon Ball bar.
No, but they're good bars using Dragon Ball.
Yes, they
See,
are.
like for a person who doesn't care about good Dragon Ball bars, they're just kind of funny. They're like, he's using Dragon Ball people in good ways that I can care about. Or pull up and run it like I was Usain. Think about my life, but a person left the game. But hater want beef, and I pull up the gang. Don't get the stats on. Got you boys training for weeks. I mean, it's cool. It's fresh.
no.
Does his thing.
I like everything he
next
says.
level? No. Is it aight? Yeah. My favorite part is that pre-chorus chorus, because I got heaters, yeah. Not my neck Jeter, yeah. Derek Jeter, yeah. Knock a person out his sneaker, yeah. Just feels proper. Feels got energy to it. And what I really like is how at the very end of this project, you get this like vocal sample. You notice this has power or something, black power to give a fool like you nightmares, so you will understand that black power. And it's almost like at the end of this adventure that we've gone through with Denzel Curry, he kind of like sums it up with like this empowering message of looking within yourself, I guess targeting more of the black folk out there, but to tap into that, and that's really cool to me, that is the source of his energy and all that dope shit. So I thought this was a fantastic way to end the project, bringing us right back into that 4.5 vibe that we was riding before.
I gave this song a 4.2.
Anyhow, to close up the album, I give it this little project. In my opinion, it's just one great track. It's a 4.506. It's really great. There's a couple parts, I guess, that I'm not feeling 100% as much as other parts, but to the credit of that, it means that it was versatile and it brings you through this like journey. And I feel like this album almost parallels like a drug trip, where like it starts off on a vibe and then it kind of manifests as the night goes on and different things and emotions take over, and then it like kind of ends out at that conclusive point. And overall, I'm left with the best impression of Denzel Curry I've ever had to date. It makes me curious. I know anytime we've talked about him, somebody's gonna go comment reviews. Oh, maybe. I mean, if this gets enough views and y'all share it with enough people and y'all hit that like button enough times and leave enough comments, then we'll do it.
Review
Absolutely. The Zoo.
We already did Zoo.
No, the other one then. Not Zoo. Taboo. I meant to say Taboo when I said Zoo.
You reviewed Zoo. I took the weekend
I
off and you were
meant
like, guess who
to-
didn't get to review Denzel?
That's fair. And then I meant to say Taboo, but I made a mistake because I'm a human, right? And I'm a fallible man that is non-perfect. Zoo.
Go listen to Taboo, dude.
Anyway, well, what I'm saying is I don't want to do the review and then have nobody give a shit, all right? So if y'all want to see it, like all the other YouTubers, smash that like button. Anyway, subscribe to the channel for more content, like possibly Taboo in the future and his other projects. Like I said, if y'all tell us you want to see it, you know how to do it. Democracy. Anyway, special thanks to the patrons: Ismail Gadamsi, Chris Prada, Jonathan Barnes, EJ Black, Hurricane, Linda Williams, Coney Sparks, and Scribble. The dope to support what we do. I think I forgot to say leave comments in general. That would be dope of you. But they're dope to support what we do. They helped us get a new camera. They helped us get on Spotify, and they're just amazing and keep our psychology in good places. They also get to tell us what albums to review. So yes, DJ Black Hurricane, your review is getting recorded tomorrow. Tomorrow when we recorded this, not tomorrow when you see this. Anyway,
Guys.
yes,
Talk to me
Chris.
on Twitter.
You can follow Chris on Twitter.
Me on Twitter.
You can do that. Somebody be nice. Follow up on Chris. Anyway, we make music, and Chris will pin a tweet of his last song on his Twitter, so you have something to talk about, and he'll go do that, and then you can check me out wherever you want. But I really want you to listen to my music and let me know what you think. I mean, I want you to. You don't have to. You can tell me that I'm making a new album. I'll get that out, and then I want to know what you think then too.
All right.
So
this is
thanks
clout
everybody.
chasing.
Yo, I'm all about that clout. Live long and prosper is like live long, as in have a nice life. Prosper is get that clout, motherfucker.
Goodbye, Holden.